With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Welcome, everybody, to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Friday, but we're starting so late, it almost is 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Saturday. What's good?
What's up, everybody? Yeah, it's very, very late, but if you're not listening live, none of that matters to you because you're listening at your own leisure. But for the people that are here listening live, it's late, and we're glad that you're here. And we're gonna try to entertain you tonight because that's why we're here. But we apologize at how late it is.
True, yeah, I had to, you could blame me, but the one thing I did do for the last like 30 minutes was like punch up my Instagram, and I posted 3 new posts so we could discuss them on the podcast. So I had to spruce up my Instagram before we could start the podcast.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I saw you posted some fresh, hot topics on the IG. So we'll be discussing some of those topics tonight, which one of them is really interesting, and I've been hearing things about it. So it'll be fun to talk about that. So
All right, let's just dive in. Actually, the one I wanted to talk about first was the Annie, aka Hany, aka Brenda, was photographed with what's his name? Ray, aka Popeye, at Disneyland in California. And a lot of it got, even though I just posted it like 20 minutes ago, I got DMs. I got like 3 DMs related to it immediately. And there's a lot of fervor, even though I just posted it. But yeah, for one, yes, Annie is in California, and people were asking like, how is she in the States? And I think the answer to that is like the tourist visa, but she is in California. So that's kind of news. And then I think Annie Hany herself was wondering where the hell I got the photos, and it's direct from Ray's account. And go check out my Instagram if you don't know what I'm talking about. And what do you think?
oh, so these pictures were posted by Ray himself. Because I was wondering how you got them too. Like honestly, I was like, how did you get this? Because she didn't post it because we follow each other. So I didn't see it. So it doesn't surprise me that she's hanging out with Ray. I mean, this there's something up with him. Like I know it's supposed to be her ex-boyfriend. We don't know what the deal is. Maybe he's a baby daddy to one of these kids. Like we really don't know. Like honestly, but there's something strange. There's something amiss with this guy, and I can't put my finger on it. So seeing her, and I think in the picture it was her, her younger kid, and then like her adult kid too, right? Like, doesn't she have like a 20-something-year-old kid? Wasn't he in the picture too?
Assuming it was him, yeah, there was like the young kid and then an older kid and then Ray and then Annie.
Yeah, that's like a whole family portrait right there. Like, when you go to Disney, that's a family outing. So I'm assuming that, okay, my theory, I could be 100% wrong, and none of this is factual. My theory is Ray is the baby daddy to probably the younger kid. And she went on the show with Matt and Amani for the same purpose that Matt and Amani went on the show to become famous. Like, that's just my theory. I could
Uh,
be wrong, but that's just the vibe I'm getting.
I mean, whether it's right or wrong, it's an amusing theory. I mean,
I mean, the throuple story was not convincing, right? Like, no one convinced me of this being real in any way. There wasn't even an aspect of the throuple story that I purchased. Like, I went into the store and I didn't put anything in my cart, and I didn't even need the self checkout.
you didn't even like leave the store with a pamphlet about the.
No, no, not even like a free sample. Like, when you go to BJ's or Sam's Club or Costco and you leave out with nothing but a free sample. I didn't even try anything. Like, it was all BS to me. Like, nothing in that story was even worth like even attention. So at this point, it's looking like to me her and Ray have been together this entire time, and that this was a fun little TV arrangement that everybody was in on. Because notice Ray also got his appearance fee because he made it into an episode too. So everybody won in this scenario, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's an interesting theory. I definitely don't think he's the older kid's father. I'll say that much.
I mean,
Hmm.
he could be. He Age-wise, maybe, but you know what they say about a stripper, she's probably got more than one baby daddy. So it's possible that this is a different baby daddy. You could be right. But I would put my money on the younger kid. That's probably that kid's dad. Like I would put my money on that.
That's fair. Well, for now, I'm gonna be on the more less risky, more tepid side of the tea kettle, and I'll just say that it's just good friends hanging out. That's what I'll go with. But that,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know me. I'm in it to piss off everyone. That's just what I'm gonna say. The most offensive thing that the story could go, and then everyone's gonna DM
And
me.
then let God sort them out.
Yeah, it's not our job to fix these people's issues. It's just our job to gossip about and judge them. That's what we're here to do. We're just here to judge them. I'm not a therapist. I can't fix their issues.
Yeah, you're not going to be a last resort counselor anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a fake credential counselor. Like I'm not gonna be that actor who's playing a counselor on TV. I'm not gonna be that person.
So yeah, that's the Annie, Hany, Brenda, Ray, Popeye, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They check out my Instagram at shabooty.com for that photo that just dropped. It hasn't really, probably like 5 people have seen. Well, it has like 50 likes, but let's just say 55 people have seen the photo.
Yeah, it's very fresh. It's very fresh. If you didn't have your phone in your hand at the time, you didn't know about it. So it's very fresh.
Yeah, so check that out. And then do you want to talk about the Sarper thing or the Hulk Hogan thing?
Oh, we have options here. So I guess this yesterday. So Hulk Hogan, the WWE legend, the great Hulk Hogan, Angela's bestie, passed away like very, very shockingly. Like I wasn't expecting this.
Mm,
So this was like really shocking. And I know if you've been on Twitter in the past 24 hours, there's mixed information of how people feel about this. Right? So I don't know. I grew up in the WWE era, right? That was what I grew up with. I had the little ring and the little action figures and the wrestling buddies. And I
mm,
I so it affected me in some way. I know that some people online are saying that black people shouldn't be affected by this, but at the end of the day, I think that his legendary career as a wrestler and his personal life as a person, they're different. So like
mm,
it did affect me because I was just like, damn, I watched him growing up. He was like a huge deal. I had his action figures. Like that's crazy. But Angela, has spent quite a bit of time in Clearwater and Tampa hanging with Hulk at his Hogan's hangout and
mhm.
became really, really good friends. And, you brought up actually, I'm pretty sure it was you, that her ex-husband has a striking resemblance to the Hulkster.
Down to
Almost
the
almost
bandana and the mustache and everything.
almost like he's trying to look like him on purpose, right? Like almost like how somebody accidentally looks like someone else. It doesn't look accidental. It looks like he was dressed up in a costume to try to be the Hulk. And that picture has resurfaced as well in this situation. So how are you doing with the Hulk passing? Because I know everybody has a different explanation or feeling going on with that, but it was shocking for me.
Yeah, I mean his death was shocking, but yeah, as far as like his legacy, he definitely, again, not to make the show all political, but Hall kind of like fucked up, in my opinion, he kind of fucked over his, well, aside from, we haven't even talked about like the racism stuff, but that is, I forgot even, I didn't even, I was more going towards like the political side, like he turned into like a MAGA guy, hardcore MAGA Trumper. So I feel like that part he fucked up his legacy, and obviously there's the racism part that fucked up his legacy. So he did a lot of fucked up fuck shit, but yeah, as far as like growing up as a child, yeah, obviously like as a kid, Hogan was, as a kid, he's like when we grew up, he was probably like an A-lister, A-list celebrity.
Yeah, he was the man. Like he was the it's just hard to explain. He was the man, but like you said, he became a Florida man later in life. And people that move to Florida, they tend to they go in a weird direction. So, it is what it is. I know he's cool with that type of political stance. And most of the Florida men are. So it is what it is. But like I said, I take people's career and their legacy and then their personal lives and I try best to my ability to
Mhm.
separate them and not make them one and the same, even though they are one and the same. You are who you are. But I don't want to tarnish my childhood, because he was such a huge part of my childhood. So it's like I don't want to destroy my childhood by accepting who he really was. Because I never met him in real life. Right.
Mhm.
Well, I've been in the same place at the same time as him, but I've never like spoken to him. So it's easier for me to just pretend that he's still that person in the wrestling ring, and it's easy for me to leave it at that.
True. And then, yeah, for our listeners, go to my Instagram again at Shabooty.com and look at the photo of Angela Deem's ex-husband, Scott Deem, who looks it's like a striking resemblance to Hulk Hogan. And yeah, he definitely swagger jacked the whole Hulk Hogan
Oh,
trip.
yeah, he went. If there was a Hulk Hogan store that sold the clothes that Hulk Hogan wore, then that guy Scotty was shopping there. Like it's not an accidental. Oh, you happen to look like this. Nah, that was very intentional. And Angela. We know that Angela had a type. It looked like Hulk Hogan, and then all of a sudden, her type was Michael. And that was weird in itself. But we know that her type was a blonde hair, muscle Hulk Hogan looking dude. That was her thing.
Yeah, and then the I don't want to say funny part, but pseudo funny part, all things considered, like initially when I posted that photo, I had posted that photo like at the end of last year, and it was someone had sent it to me in the DM. This is when Hulk Hogan was alive, obviously. Someone had sent it to me in the DMs and they said, "Hey, Angela's ex-husband looks like a dehydrated Hulk Hogan, laugh out loud." And then so when I posted it tonight, though, I kind of like blocked out the dehydrated part because I didn't want to insult the dead.
Oh well, yeah, but that came out. That post was far. Oh, that's like an old post. So that
Mhm.
don't people don't think that came out like in recent events that you came up with that post. This was while he was still alive. This was a while ago. That
Yeah, I reposted it, but I took out the dehydrated comment because I don't
yeah,
say.
yeah, just to be a little sensitive to the family, because one of his son's wife is I
She's a
know her.
90 Day fan.
Yeah, I know her, and she's a sweet, very nice person, and
I don't know if she still does it, but she was a porn star.
she was. She's not anymore. Her and Nick actually got married 6 months ago today, actually. And she's a wife, and she's a really nice person. So I know that Hulk was very close, with her. So I try to be very respectful, of their family and everything that they're going through. And I don't know if y'all know, but there was a lot of like drama going on in the family. I'm pretty sure you have a TV, guys, but like there's a lot of drama between his ex-wife and his new wife, and then Brooke had twins, and I'm pretty sure that the twins never met Hulk, and there was a lot going on, right? So
Oh, wait, is Brooks like man like African American or something?
not that I know of. I think she dated an African American guy back in the day, and that's kind of where those comments came from. But
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure the guy that she had twins with is not African American.
Okay, yeah, I'm probably mixing up different stories, but yeah. Okay, so that's the Hulk Hogan thing, and I know I know Angela did. Well, actually, I should pull it up. Angela posted kind of like a tribute photo, which I posted on my Instagram. So she posted a photo of her and Hulk. Let me pull it up real quick. And it says she basically said, "R.I.P. Terry Hulk Hogan, you'll always live in our hearts." And then she said, and the caption says, "We love you always. God bless his family and give them strength. No words can say enough." So that was the tribute that Angela posted on her Instagram.
That's very nice, and I know she's taking it not well.
Mhm.
Um, I'm hoping that she's okay. Angela's a friend. So, everybody comes after me, but I'm sorry, y'all. Angela's a friend. We've been friends for years and years and years. So it is what it is. So, but yeah, I know that she's not taking it well. So I'm gonna be checking in on her to make sure she's doing okay, because she doesn't have a big circle of friends. So, and that was one of her friends. So I know that she's going through it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's also one of her probably most famous close friends. So when you lose a famous person and you're like her, and like with her Angela's fame star is diminishing a little bit. So she's trying to latch on to any kind of celebrity she can these days.
Well, speaking of, there was a TikTok live,
Hmm.
Michael and Amani.
Oh yeah.
So that was interesting. So, Michael has been pretty open with living his best life on TikTok, on Instagram, and he's out in Texas in the Houston area. And there's been a lot of rumors floating around. Like we heard that he was living with a girlfriend. There was a rumor, again, I want to focus on rumors, that the girlfriend was pregnant. And then we never got any real clarification. We've never seen a baby. I want to say we've never really seen a girlfriend. Like we've seen them with people, but we can't verify who this girlfriend is, what she looks like. But I heard that she was an African American girl, not a older white woman.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
So there's just been rumor. So apparently Amani was in Houston with Michael, and they did an a TikTok live where they were dancing and having a really good time. And how do you feel about that? Because Matt, her husband and baby daddy was not there. And, she was kind of dancing on Michael. Like, I don't want to say like they were twerking together or whatever, but like she was kind of dancing on him, and she was wearing like a negligee bra top. I'm not judging.
With her titties out.
Yeah. I'm not judging.
All the way, but
I'm not judging, but it was kind of flirtatious, right? And at the end of the day, she is a married woman. So how did you feel about that? Did you feel like it was something more going on, or it was just two adults having a good time? Like, how did you feel about it?
well, I saw the photos like initially when you posted the screenshots. That's when I first saw it. So I didn't actually see like the video part. I just saw the photos. But I will say like what kind of tempered my feelings a little bit. What would have bothered me more so is if they like met up in an inorganic manner just for like clout. But then I kind of got a little bit more information as far as like what the fuck what's the connection of Amani to Houston aside from Michael? So I got a little bit of more information. And the answer, the T on that is apparently Amani went to, I think it's like University of Houston. I think that's what it was. I posted on my Instagram, but she went to like University of Houston, I think. And so she went to school there. So that's her connection to like Houston. So she's there. I guess she's there. She says she goes back regularly. So that's kind of how they met up. So that made me feel a little bit better because it felt a little bit more organic that she would even be in that city. So at the end of the day, I guess I was cool with it, but I didn't see the actual video part of them grinding. So it was hard for me to form that opinion.
I
But
posted the video. Did you never see the video?
I I don't know. I might have clicked it for like 5 seconds and then forgot about it.
Oh, it was longer than that. I mean, they were just having fun. They weren't kissing. He didn't touch her anywhere inappropriately. Like, let me be real. Nothing. Okay, nothing seemed inappropriate in the stance of they were sleeping together or what. No. They were just. It seemed like there was music, there was dancing. Michael was drinking. It just looked like they were having fun.
Mm.
And also to clear up a little bit more of it, there were other people there. Like I saw at least two additional women in the background of the video. So it wasn't like they were in an apartment or a hotel room, just him and her. That was not the case. There were definitely other people
Okay.
with
Do
them.
you want me to read some of the comments from my Instagram comments section on this topic?
Oh, I kind of do.
Yeah. The one I obviously preface this with Angela's probably going to take a couple hits in the comment section, but um, this one says, "Seeing him happy and enjoying life, free from the wildebeest that tortured him for years, is pretty amazing. Leatherface is not going to like this."
Oh.
um, she should get together with Jennifer from Hunt for Love. Apparently, Jenn loves everyone. Um, this one says, "I'm so over these people that try to stay relevant." And then this one says, "Michael, just stay away." Um, is she hoping Angela's going to come at her? Then she can make another number one hit. I think that was a reference to the diss track.
First of all, I still haven't heard the whole diss track, and I'm very disappointed. I thought by now I would have heard and seen the video, so I'm really disappointed. I feel like it was all that hype and then
Mhm.
nothing. Like I really was invested in that. I wanted to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to find out what the deal is with the track. And yeah, just for confirmation, yes, Amani went to University of Houston, so that's where the Houston connection to the city is. And that's where Michael lives. Let's see. This one says that doesn't even look like her. Every time I see her, she has a different face.
Oh.
Amani.
That is true. She does look different. You know what's funny? Georgie from Darcy and Georgie, I feel like every time I see him, he looks different and his age varies by the day. Like sometimes I feel like he looks like he's 25, and then other days I see him online and he looks like he's 45. And I feel like Amani, she doesn't look older each time I see her. She just looks like a different person each time I see her.
Yeah, she has a different name. One day it's Amani, one day it's Amini, one day it's Armani. And she has different faces. She got different BBLs, everything.
Yeah, she's very, it's almost like a wig. Like she just puts on a different face before she leaves the house. But you can always tell it's her, but you can tell that it's different. And you know when you see somebody and you haven't seen them in a while, you're like, something different about you. It's her face. It's always her face.
Yeah, like this comment says, I never know who I'm looking at when I see the woman. They keep changing their face. Um, this one, she's just doing too much now. I used to like her, but definitely have the ick. Um, and I think this is in reference to Angela. It says Granny is gonna lose her teeth. Um, this one said, this is about Amani. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't like her. She's so thirsty for fame of any sort that she is sending vibes of that woman who was an influencer with her family that would do anything to get those likes. I forgot her name, but she's rotting in jail now for the child abuse she did with her kids. Not Amani, but this other lady. I don't know who they're talking about.
Oh, I do. They had a documentary about her. I don't know her name either, but yep, I know exactly who you're talking
Somebody
about.
said, I don't know who this is, but somebody said Rudy Frank.
Yeah, that's
Rudy
what it
Frank.
is. Yeah, that's what it is. There's a documentary about her. Yeah, it's on. I don't know. I don't want to say if it's on Netflix or Hulu, but yeah, I know exactly who they're talking about.
Yeah, so that's what they're talking about. Barely recognized her. Angela's gonna freak. She's like a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. She's so cringe. She'll do anything for attention.
Oh, I don't know that she's out here like sleeping with everybody. I think she's just friendly.
Knows how to. She knows how to like try to stay relevant, basically.
But yeah, every time you open Instagram or a TikTok, you're gonna see her, and she does that on purpose. She's actually went on live and said that. She said, "I'm all about my money. I'm all about clicks and views and subscriptions." So yeah, that's what she's doing. She's pairing herself with people that are gonna help increase her notoriety and her revenue. And I'm not mad at anybody who's trying to make money. It does appear that she has a thirst for clout. But
Mhm.
I wanna say I think her real thirst is just for money. And I don't have a problem with that because I have a thirst for money too. Like money is a very motivating factor for me. So if that's what she's doing, I do the same thing, right?
Yeah, hashtag Team Amani as far as versus the Shekinah thing.
Well, yeah, I'm well, am I Team Amani? I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I fall on that because Shekinah can be pretty awful, and so I don't know if I'm Team Amani or I just like the fact that Amani put her in her place. Like I don't know how I feel about that. Like I don't know if either one of them are right, but I feel
I
like
mean, the fact that the preview, like 20-second clip of her diss track literally says, Shekinah girl, your pussy stank.
yeah,
You have to give her credit for that one.
that's diabolical, and it's diabolical, right? Like two grown women of children, like of mothers of children talking about their coochie smellings. Like it's diabolical and it's just the type of mess that we deserve, right? Like this is just the type of drama that we deserve, and I'm not mad at either one of them. Like I would love to see Shekinah make a diss track because I feel like that's where the real comedy is. Sarper, sorry, but like that's the real comedy. I want to see Shekinah rapping about how Amani has under boob odor or something. Like I would love to see that. And that's
Or
the
did she
drama.
have like I heard like some story where like BBL sometimes you can get that like necrotic dead flesh smell.
Oh my gosh, I've heard that too. I also heard that women with BBLs, and this is allegedly, they have odors in their backside area because with the when you increase the size of your anus or whatever you want to call it, ass, it's harder to get into the crevices as good. So they say that there's like a inner odor because I guess if you have a really big ass, you know, how do you really get in there and clean it? So you get in the tub and soak it. Like, how do you do it? So there's this rumor that women with the bigger BBLs have like some sort of odor because they can't always fully clean all of it because it's harder to get into it. The bigger your ass, the harder it is to get into it. Like when people are on my 600-pound life and they're like, I got all these folds and I can't get into these folds. It's the same thing. Like you can't get into all of it. Your arms only reach so far.
Yeah, so that's that as far as, and we're not saying Amani specifically smells, but anyway, it's like
The funny part is Amani doesn't appear like she smells. Like you know how somebody you can look at somebody and you will be like, they might smell. Amani definitely looks like she smells good.
true.
Right? Like I don't see a smell odor problem. Like Sophie from Rob and Sophie, she doesn't look like she would smell either. Right? Like there's just some people you look at them and you're like, I bet you they smell like potpourri. Like I just know they smell like roses. So and Amani definitely is one of those people you look at her and you're like, she probably smell good as hell. Bed Bath, no, not Bath and Body Works smell good, like that type of smell.
True. And then did you see another thing more recently posted? The whole Sarper. So apparently I posted on my Instagram, but apparently Sarper got served at his San Diego comedy show. So apparently the story was he was at his live gig in San Diego to do comedy, and then a process server was standing to the side of the stage. And when they got a chance, they went up to him and like gave him an envelope, like served him with legal papers. And then there was some other, I could just read you what it says on the Reddit post, but it says, I was sitting behind some guy who didn't know who Sarper was. He allegedly told me that at the end of his show, I don't know, man, I hate when there's typos. It fucks me up. He something told me at the end of his show, as we both were where they have to walk by. He shoves Sarper a yellow envelope with a female recording saying, "You got served." Poor guy. He did a great show too. So I don't know. This Redditor did a really bad job of reporting a potentially juicy story. But from my understanding, there was he got served legal papers by a process server at his live and at his comedy show.
Yeah, I heard about this. And I've heard rappers would do a show and then like the cops or the feds or whoever was looking for them as they're getting off stage will like arrest them or take them into custody or whatever. So yeah, I did hear that Sarper did a show and he was the headliner of this show and the show was over from what I heard and the person pretended like they wanted to go meet him and take a picture with him. And when they got up to him, they served him. And when you get served, it has to be like recorded. So someone was recording, or you need at least a photo or something proving that you were served. So they recorded them serving him this envelope, and people are making assumptions on what he was served. Some people are saying Shekinah served Sarper with divorce papers because Shekinah was not present at this show. That was something that people were saying online. They're like, huh, she was at his last show. And so
I don't believe that for 2 seconds.
I definitely don't because they have more potential to be famous and make more money together than they do separate. Kind of like how Gino and Jasmine, they just made sense for them to stick by each other as long as possible.
Yeah.
So because it's going to benefit you more financially, even if you hate the person.
Yeah, when there's the TLC fame gravy train, there's no point of ruining it yet.
Well, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. I don't think that Shekinah was serving Shekinah. How can Shekinah serve Shekinah? I don't think that Shekarper were serving each other with papers, but he did definitely get served. So he is in some sort of trouble with somebody. What it is to be determined, but I'm sure at some point we'll find out because he's fresh. He's fresh off the boat. He hasn't been here that long, so let's hope he didn't do anything terrible because the current administration will just send him on back on to Turkey. So we'll have to see what he's gotten himself into so quickly.
Like, I'm kidding when I say this, but maybe he got served for like stealing some other comedian's jokes.
I mean, I don't know if do they copyright jokes?
I don't know. That was a joke on my part.
Yeah, like I think that you can steal people's. It's very distasteful and it's immoral, but I'm pretty sure you can't. I remember when Joan Rivers passed away, somebody from her estate said that she had a room with like filing cabinets of all of her jokes, and she would write them on like 3.5 by 5 cards, and she really did copyright them. Like she was like that anal about her jokes, and I don't think everyone is like that. But like, there's like, and I heard that they're gonna eventually laminate them and put them in a museum. But she had like every joke she ever wrote, she wrote it on a damn 3 by 5 card and kept it in a filing cabinet in her house. So, and again, maybe you can get in trouble for using other people's jokes, but
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
somebody needs to go to the damn show and tell us if he's even funny. Because I don't know if he's funny. I have no idea if he's even telling jokes that people care about or not. I've never been to a show. He ain't been nowhere near me, and nobody can bring their phone in, so I don't even know what's going on.
True. And then somebody had a wacky theory that I immediately shot down because it wasn't there like which is the opposite of Sarper getting served. It would be more so Sarper serving someone else. But somebody was saying because it wasn't a thing where like Sarper got scammed the other day where he was promoting a comedy show and then he got booted off the show and he was promoting the show, but then he didn't end up performing and I don't know, he got fucked over somehow. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, so somebody was saying like, oh, was a serving related to that? But I was like, no, because Sarper's the one that got served. If Sarper got hoed on a promotion of a comedy show, he would be doing the serving, not the other way around. So I shot that theory down.
Mm, I mean, if Sarper was booked for a show and he didn't show up to the show, he could get in trouble.
No, but I don't think that's what happened though. I think it was like he was it was more of like he was gonna perform, he promoted a show, but then the promoter at the last minute did kicked Sarper off, even though Sarper probably filled the seats. But I think the promoter like kicked Sarper off and didn't let Sarper perform out or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, enough about Sarper. Considering he has me blocked, we don't need to talk about him anymore. I'm playing.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll figure out more about that, I'm sure.
True. All right,
Not
let's
see very long in this world, so.
all right, let me go to let's go to the top of my written list. So Renee, aka Rayne, aka Renee, I guess. She called me a basket case.
Oh wait, I'm confused. You and Renee used to get along perfectly fine. So I saw that y'all were going back and forth on stories. So
Mhm.
what changed? Like what happened? Because she's not relevant. You have definitely not been talking about her. So why is she coming for you all of a sudden?
I don't know, because I made a post kind of goofing on. Oh, you know what it was? It's like I did that meme where it said, let me see if I can find it. She fucking cropped it. Like, hold on one second, let me pull up my own post. Hold on. So let's see. I did a post. Oh yeah, so I did this a while ago, like a couple weeks ago or however long ago. I did like a meme. Well, I reposted a meme that was viral on Twitter that said people have sent 3.1 million messages to an AI chicken, and I posted and I kind of screenshot it and I put in Renee's photo and I said maybe this is why Renee has been quiet on social media. And then, so I posted that a while ago, like a couple weeks ago, but she just saw it like the other day. And then when she saw it, she kind of clapped back at me. So then she, hold on. And of course, Renee doesn't know how to post on like Instagram in a proper way to like follow her in terms of like follow what the fuck she's trying to say. So I'm having trouble like following what the fuck she said. One second. Let me see if she said anything. Okay, here, this is what her caption was in response to my post. Well, I can read you my post. So my post said, posting for posterity. Renee gets so mad at me when I use that sneering photo in my social media posts, but she unfollowed me and soft blocked me recently because I didn't answer her 200 DMs. So it is what it is. I guess KFC now stands for Kooky Freaking Chicken Lady. So that was my post. And then, so she finally saw that a couple weeks later and she just responded. And then Renee reposted my post and said, my bad, guys. I didn't realize I did not post the entire section of what Mr. Shabooty said about me. So here it is. And the proof I posted. P.S. Junior is not blocked. I simply removed him from my followers. He's just looking for that extra attention. Maybe it's time he switches up his game. So that's what she said. She might have said another. Oh, yeah. And then her earlier. Okay, here it is. Here's her other long. Oh, this caption is really long, but I'll read it anyway. This was her first caption. It says, this is in reference to me. This is Renee talking in reference to Shabooty. This basket case who calls himself Shabooty would do anything to keep himself relevant. I'm not offended of the photo. I just simply asked why he could not be creative and use something else. Eventually people get bored off of the same thing. The whole reason I made this face in the first place was because I had to hear about 10 chickens being slaughtered 10 feet behind me while they made me ask him if he wanted to go back to the hotel with me, open to get a negative reaction, but they got this. This is all they could stick with. But anyway, you have these junior I'm assuming it says bitch. It's like, but anyway, you have these junior bitch rangers over here using me in such a negative way to keep themselves relevant. And typically, but she writes like so fucking long. I'm only like one third of the way through her paragraph, but I guess I'll plow through. And typically, those that respond are not even the best, as the best of the best stay quiet. Is his fans are are quite delusional at the fact that they can't distinguish reality from fiction, but let them think whatever they want, whatever helps them sleep at the end of their miserable days. Just know this Shabooty, in the end, you'll be working for me. Ha. Now get your little snake ass out there and promote me good or bad. Oh, and about them 200 plus messages, of course everyone knows that I talk a lot. If you want to say it's that much, then make it that much. Just tell them the truth. Your ass couldn't keep up with the conversation. So of course you responded to as much as you could. And I'm still not done with this fucking caption. I didn't expect you to respond at all. Or I respond, all I did was get a hold of you and tell you what it was. Laugh out loud, knowing that one day you'll come out just exactly as you are now. I told you I talked to you for a reason. And one more thing, it's because you're vulgar and wrong. You're not just a pleasant or positive person. So of course I'm not going to follow you. End rant. Jesus Christ, that was like War and Peace.
Where did she? This was an Instagram caption?
Yeah, that was her Instagram
That
caption.
was like a chapter of a book.
Holy shit.
Guys, I didn't even realize you could post captions that long.
Mhm.
Like, gosh.
I
So all
didn't even read it until now because I don't like reading fucking War and Peace messages.
well, all of this is because you posted that people were talking to AI chickens. This is
Mhm.
all because of that post.
Yeah,
And she said that you're trying to stay relevant off of her.
yeah.
When is the last time she's been relevant to any conversation? Like, it's been so long, and I never would have saw any of her posts because she doesn't show up on my timeline. I don't follow her, and I think her account is private. So I never would have even known this was going on if I didn't see you post about it. So in my opinion, you are keeping her relevant.
Yeah, and then what I'm trying to remember what
Know that she posted anything if you wouldn't have reposted it.
exactly. So anyway, that's a story of Renee calling me a basket case, but it takes one to know one.
I haven't heard that word in so long.
Hmm.
Like, I didn't even know that people still use that word. But again, this is a woman that speaks in, great detail to chickens. So it doesn't surprise me that she uses the word basket case. But, you know, it is what it is. So I guess this is over. So are you gonna not respond to this anymore? Because I feel like this is gonna be a never-ending battle if you keep responding to her.
I mean, the fact that I didn't read her caption until now just shows how like even though it shows how disengaged I am in the beef.
I'm disengaged in it, and it's not even about me. Like, 'cause honestly, I don't even care. It's like I was disengaged after you got through like the first 400 words of her 5,000 word essay. I was disengaged because I was like, oh wow, this is like I've already lost interest. Like I'm like, wow, she's still going. Like the fact that she thinks that anybody's gonna read this to the end is the pure delusion that lives in her head.
Yeah, so when people listen back on Spotify, just so you know, on Spotify, you could change like the playback speed. So when I get to that section on Renee, you could put it to like 2x playback speed, so you're not sitting there all day.
Yeah, sorry guys. We it wouldn't have made sense if we wouldn't have told you the caption, but we're sorry that you had to hear it.
True. So anyway, we'll try not to mention Renee again for a while. Um, but I did find it funny she called me a basket case, and I'm not. She doesn't offend. Like, there's people that can actually like get under my skin. You know, when somebody like talks shit about you, and then you're like blood boils, and you like want to attack them back immediately. With Renee, like I just find it all funny. Like I'm amused by it. I'm not like bothered by it.
Yeah, she's an amusing beef. You're right. There are people where it will bother you if they talk crap, but then yeah, it hurts. She's an amusing beef where you're just like, "Ooh, this is fun. This is funny. Let me say something snarky back," and you're not affected. So
Yeah, like there's certain people when they DM you, like, "Hey, why did you post that?" And then it like pisses you off and gets your blood boiling. But with Renee, it's just like more, who gives a fuck? It's funny. Anyway, okay, so Sam and Citra's siblings had a baby. So I don't know if they're siblings or cousins at this point. Are they nephews? I don't know how that family tree works, but Sam has a brother and Citra has a sister. They hooked up and then they have a baby now.
yeah, it's kind of confusing because Citra's sister, I think her name is like Rafa. Her actual sister
Mm-hmm.
is with Sam's actual brother. I think his name is Timmy.
Hmm.
So technically, if we're gonna get technical, I think that those kids would have the same DNA
Hmm.
because Citra and her sister have the same DNA, and Sam and his brother have the same DNA. So like I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but I'm pretty sure like if they were to do like a DNA test, those
Hmm.
kids would be like brother and sister, even though they're not. But because their dads are brothers and their moms are sisters, I'm pretty sure that they would have the same DNA strand, which is so confusing. And like you said, are they cousins? Or
Are you saying the family tree is going to be just a straight line or something?
yes, basically, because like at the end of the day, they if you do a blood test and to see like if they're compatible blood types or they can give each other organs, they're the same everything. Like because DNA doesn't know gender, it doesn't know it's just strands of scientific code. So at the end of the day, because I remember there was a show called Extreme Sisters, and there was a set of twins. I think they went by the Sowler twins. There was a set of twins that married a set of twins.
Hmm.
Then they had kids, and then they went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "These kids, each of them had a son." And they were like, these kids are cousins, but they're actually brother and sister from the DNA standpoint, which was so confusing because I was like, what? But that's legit what they did. Now, Citra and her sister aren't twins, but they still share the same parents, and Sam and Timmy aren't twins, but they share the same parents, so it's still the same DNA.
True. Well, all I know is Citra and Sam follow me on Instagram. So, and they share my posts. So either way, congratulations to Sam and Citra's brother and sister.
Yeah, congrats. And Sam and Citra also have a baby.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, their family. It's really weird because everyone is saying that they thought Timmy and Rafa should have been on the show because we met them on the show, and then they got together, and then they brought Citra brought her sister over, and she moved in with Sam and his brother, and then they ended up falling in love and having a kid.
So they were on the show. Would you be interested or not?
I mean, I thought Sam on the show was okay. Like, I wasn't like bored with Sam and Citra. So it would have been interesting to watch. Because remember, the last time we had a set of brothers, it was Tarek and Hazel. And then he had a brother. I can't remember the brother's name now.
But you know what the phenomenon, this isn't like a 90-day specific comment, but like you know what the phenomenon always happens, and I always experience this is like if you have like a best friend that has like a brother, it's like one of those things where it's like because I have a lot of best friends where it's like I like two of my best friends. I mean, I haven't seen them in a while because they moved away, but like for example, like my college best friends, like they like for example, this guy was named one guy was named Phil, and then he had a brother who like the brother didn't even look like him, and he wasn't as funny and he wasn't as charming and he wasn't as cool as Phil. And you're just like, damn, are y'all even related? So and then it's like then I had another friend named Chris, and then Chris had a brother who was older who like wasn't as funny, wasn't as cool, wasn't as charming as like my friend Chris. So like I feel like the problem, and I don't really know Sam's brother, but I feel like what happens with siblings is like there's always like the cool, eccentric, funny, charming person, and then their brother is like lame in comparison. So I feel like that might be going on too.
That's true. That's true. I have an older brother,
Hmm.
and he's very, very lame. I don't want to say that. That's mean. That's mean. I'm sorry. But he's like very business oriented. Like he owns properties, he owns businesses, and his businesses have city contracts. And he's like a businessman, like suit and tie, very professional.
Square.
Yeah, like the all about money, whatever. And he's not gonna be funny, but he could make you $1 million. But like, but you're right. There's like, because I'm funny,
Mhm.
but my brother, in comparison, success wise, he's way more successful than me. Like, but I'm more fun. Like if we were gonna both show up somewhere, people would probably gravitate to me because I'm a little more fun than him. But if you want somebody who is you can go into business with and make a lot of money, you would not want to deal with me. You would want to deal with him.
Yeah, that even reminds me of my other friends who have a friend who like it's literally like all my friends, it's like they all have like their brothers are all boring. Like, because I have another friend who started like a chicken and waffles joint, and like my friend is the one that has a personality, like, good, like customer front facing, charming in that way, like, good personality. And then the brother, though, he's more of like the business oriented, business minded, like he's good at like negotiating, more of a hard ass, that type of guy. But then the one I'm friends with is more of like the funny, outgoing people person. So like that always happens, yeah.
Yeah, I call it front of the house and back of the house. I used to work in restaurants when I was younger, and I'm the front of the house. I'm
Hmm.
the one that you would want to put in front of the customer because I'm more fun. And my brother is back of the house. If you want to make sure that we're not going under and gonna file bankruptcy, that's the back of the house. So yeah, that's usually how it goes. You don't usually get two fun siblings. You're right. We're the same DNA but different people. It always happens that way. So you're right. Maybe if Timmy was on the show with Rafa, we probably would have been bored. That's
Hmm.
very, very possible. But that was a missed opportunity. A lot of people say it because Tarek and Dean, the same thing happened with Tarek and Dean because Tarek was on and Dean was like, "Oh, you're crazy. You're marrying Hazel. You don't know her. She could be a scammer." And then he fell in love with a girl from the same place that Hazel was from, and they put him on the show. Like they did pillow talk and everything, but they didn't do that with Sam and Timmy. And a lot of people are saying, "Why not?" So maybe that was it.
Hmm. True. All right, let's keep it moving. Did you see the video of the big Ed doppelganger in the pool looking like he's having sex in the pool?
Yeah, I saw that. That was very disturbing. And
Mhm.
first of all, I thought it was Big Ed because that guy is like that's not a doppelganger just means that they resemble someone. I had to zoom in and watch the video more than once, and I still wasn't 100% convinced it wasn't Big Ed. I had to ask you.
Well,
Really had to ask you. I was like, "Are you sure that's not Big Ed?" Because it looked like Big Ed to me.
like the only way it could have potentially been Big Ed is if it's a really old video because like Big Ed has a bunch of tattoos now. So in this guy in the video didn't have tattoos. So yeah, it wasn't Big Ed, but it definitely looked like them. Um,
It was also disturbing that they were in like a pool at like I don't know a resort somewhere pretty open. And if you watch the video, we can't be 100% sure what was going on underwater, but it
Mhm.
appeared pretty much that they were doing something in that public pool that they shouldn't have been doing, which was even more disturbing because when you watch a video and each time you watch it because it's on a loop, you notice something more disturbing than the last time. That's kind of how I did because I watched it the first time and I was so focused on figuring out if it was Big Ed, I didn't even realize that it looked like they were banging in the pool until like the third loop. And then once I was like, oh, okay, that's not Big Ed. And then I looked closer and I was like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, and by the way, so the version of the video on my Instagram, I kind of purposely cropped out the ending of them allegedly fucking in the pool because my Instagram, I don't want it to get flagged. But if you go to my Twitter and kind of scroll down, you'll see the full longer version on my Twitter. So go look for it there.
Oh yeah, I was watching it on Twitter because it was on the loop. So that's why. And yeah, and each time, the first two times I thought it was Big Ed and I just kept zooming in and I wasn't paying attention to anything else in the video. Then around the third or fourth time is when I realized I was like, whoa, what's going on here? What are they actually doing in the pool? Not only that, there was like somebody 2 feet, like 3 or 4 feet away, right?
Mhm.
There was literally people around. So that whole video, it's like each time you watch it, it gets more and more disturbing as you go along.
Yeah, and then the video caught Liz's attention too.
Wait, what did Liz say? I didn't see that. What did Liz say about
Well,
the
she
video?
didn't say it publicly. She said it privately. I would have to check my text. Let me just see what she said again.
Oh, I didn't know she commented on that. And Liz might be the person to ask. Is that something that Ed would do? Is
Mm.
that something that he or she would do actually? Like now I'm curious.
Well, see, again, since it's a private like text, I don't want to like read what she said, but she did say something along the lines of, let's see. Well, Liz more so commented on the woman saying like, the lady is definitely not his type, but definitely the type he should be going for.
Oh, so okay. I got it. Interesting. I mean, maybe that lady was too close in age, like too age appropriate for Ed.
And I'm gonna like text you what she said, and then you tell me if like I should read this or not. Like she also said that what I just texted you, but I don't know if I should read her like private texts and stuff. But anyway.
Oh, no. Don't read that. Not without permission. No.
Anyway, yeah, so she commented privately, which I'm not gonna broach whatever that trust, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Not without permission. That's a little personal. But yeah, that video, if you haven't seen it, go over to Twitter, ashpooty.com and watch that video. There's a lot going on. You're gonna need to watch it a couple of times to catch all of the elements.
Hmm.
It's on a loop though, so it'll restart, and then each time it restarts, you're gonna notice something you didn't notice the last time. That's what happened to me.
True. So yeah, check that video out. It went not necessarily when I posted it, but when other people posted it initially, it went pretty viral. Let's see. Okay, so Tiffany was on my local Fox 5 affiliate, WTTG, and that's where Sarah Fraser used to work. So, sh
Oh, so Tiffany was on your local news. So you turn on your local news, and Tiffany Franco is on your TV.
like I didn't actually turn it on, but I saw the photos. Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
That's really
I think
cool.
I'm not exactly sure. I think there's like a talk show that's like filmed there on the local news channel or some shit. So I think she was on. I'm pretty sure she's on the talk show
Yeah, a lot of the Hunt for Love cast has been doing heavy
promo. Yeah.
promo. Yeah, which is kind of impressive, because 90 Day Fiance, they don't usually do heavy promo, but I think with this new spinoff, it's kind of the dating show.
I think they're hoping to get like now that Love Island ended for now, they're hoping to get like the spillover of like Love Island people to
Well,
watch.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true because people that love Love Island, they don't want to wait for the new season. They want to watch something now. So they're like, oh, maybe we can get them to watch Hunt for Love. It's the closest you're gonna get to Love Island right now. And honestly, I was just having this conversation the other day. Somebody was like, I don't really like Love Island or Hunt for Love, and I was like, let me be real. based on 90 Day Fiance, we've been watching the show for 11 years. We've been watching the show. I like this format of Hunt for Love. I like that I can build off of my what do you call it, loyalty to the show. So I know these people because I've been loyal to 90 Day Fiance. But the format of this show, the dating format, the raunchiness of this show, like it's like a perfect segue into something new, right? Like it's, you know how you want to jump in the water but you don't know if the water's cold, so you just put your feet in. Like I don't know if I want to jump into 90 Day Fiance dating shows without the 90 Day Fiance aspect. So I just want to get my feet wet. So I feel like this was a perfect test. And I think that I'm not upset with what's happening because a lot of people on Twitter
Uh, the,
that
the only thing I will say, like, it was based. Well, we had the conversation. What is it, Monday night when we did our Hunt for Love wrap up show, and the only parts that are kind of annoying is like where they're circling the wagon on the same topic over and over again. Like when Chantel's like who started the rumor? Who started the rumor? But it's a rumor that was going on like from episode 2, and we're still dealing with it like 5 episodes later.
yeah.
So some of it they could have like moved the storylines along a little bit though.
Well, yeah, if they want to take pointers from Love Island, like each episode usually had its own inner conflict. So there was usually something that happened in the episode that started shit in the episode. They didn't recycle, oh, this happened on episode 2, so let's continue to talk about it on episode 10. No, they didn't usually do that. So you want to have your own self-contained issues in each episode. That's what keeps people interested. And you need to have a lot of betrayal. So you need to have people that are making promises to people, but like literally lying to their face. Like that's literally what Love Island is. It's people saying, "Oh yeah, I want to, close off with you, be exclusive with you," and then 10 minutes later they're in the speakeasy with their tongue in somebody's mouth. That like you need that type of betrayal, backstabbing, soap opera drama. And I think The Hunt for Love definitely lacks that. But this is their first time trying something new, so I'm not really
Mhm.
angry, because they've been doing the same show, same format for 11 years, right? So they're trying something new, just like virgins, virgins aren't going to have their best time their first time. That I look at this as this is the producers and the directors and 90 Day Fiance franchise's first time. This is their cherry being popped in the dating show world. So yeah, they're not going to get it right the first time, but I'm going to expect as we go along that they get better and not worse.
True. Should we move on?
Yeah, congrats to Tiffany on her promotion. And was she on with anybody else? Because I know they were pairing up like Courtney and Elise, and other people. Was it just Tiffany by herself?
I think it was just Tiffany by herself because she's the only one in this area that I'm aware of.
Yo, Tiffany, her name is big enough. She get to go on by herself.
But well, this was, by the way, this wasn't like a topic to talk about. But as far as like people that live pseudo close to me, not that like Charlottesville is close, but like I did see Cara is in, I think she's in Barcelona, Spain right now.
She's in Barcelona, Spain.
Hmm.
Doing what?
I'm not sure, but she's dressed really nice, going to fancy dinners. She must be with some rich.
With a man? Hold on, I'm about to go. Wait, hold on.
Check her,
I'm about to go to her
follow
IG.
stories.
I'm about to go to her IG because now I want to know if she got a man in Spain.
Yeah, I don't know if she got a man's name, but she definitely if you're like dressed up to the nines in Barcelona, you're probably with like some high rollers and shit.
Well, we know that she likes Spanish men.
Oh, and by the way, this wasn't on my topics list, but I found out if who paid for her like flight to go in the 90 Day Bad Boys video.
How do you know that?
I'm the T King.
That's wild. So you know who flew her to LA?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know who flew her to LA.
Well, hold on, let me pull up my DMs.
Can we discuss how you know, or is that none of our business?
Well, let me just pull up my DM so I could like refresh my memory.
Yeah, she is in Barcelona, Spain, looking all nice.
And
She, yo, I think she there with a man. I'm just saying because
me too.
she went and found her a Guillermo in some Spanish speaking country. I think she done went to Barcelona and she found some man. I think that's what she doing.
Mhm.
Wonder if she's filming The Single Life. I didn't hear that she was, But that would be a nice. Well, no, she would have to do the last resort first for it to make sense.
Oh, by the way, I can. I'm not gonna. I can't. I'm not gonna say on the podcast, but I could text you someone that's going to be on Single Life that we have yet to discuss.
That we ain't discussed. I thought we had already discussed the whole cast.
It's a new tea, but I've yet to
A
say
new addition to the single life that I didn't know about.
yeah that I'm not even gonna say publicly, but I could privately text
So
you.
you're not at liberty to say their name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can't. I can't say it, like publicly, but I could text you.
Okay, text it to me because I was told I knew the whole cast. So I'm curious if it's who I think it is. Because I did hear a
Mhm.
name that was being thrown around, but I was told that that person was not chosen. So I'm curious.
Okay, hold on. I'm texting it to you. And this isn't what's the word where you're like unsure. This is like I'm sure, whatever. This isn't like speculative. This is like for sure. So I'm gonna text it to you, okay?
Yeah, text it to me. Wait, don't text it to the group chat.
Too late, but they won't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's not I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a new one that's like too hot to share yet.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I wonder if somebody backed out because they had a cast
Hmm.
that they were saying was the final lineup.
Hmm.
So now I'm curious if somebody backed out or if they're just adding another person because they had announced the full cast like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I mean the only other
Not
thing,
announced to the public, but I got the information.
yeah, I mean, well, as far as like single life though, I I would assume like they're just always well, you tell me, like with single life, when they film single life, like are they always filming for like are they always like year round, are they filming single life, or is it a thing where
No.
like, for the next 3 months we're filming single life?
Well, they've started filming the single life about 40 days ago.
But do you understand my question? Like my question is when they film single life, is it a thing where it's like they just film all throughout the year and it'll be in single life, or is it a thing where it's like for the next 3 to 4 months only, we're gonna just do single life, and outside of this window, we're not filming single life?
Yeah, it's not filmed year round. So 90 Day Fiance OG season is filmed twice a year.
Mhm.
Happily Ever After is filmed every 9 months. The Other Way is filmed every 11 months.
Mhm.
They're basically one of those shows is in constant production at some throughout 12 months out of the year. One of them is being filmed. The single life is typically filmed for about 3 months a year.
Okay, well, anyway, now that you made that clarification, then yeah, this person I text you is gonna be filming this single life. Yes.
That's cool. I like that. I like that person. So that's cool.
True. So yeah, there's that. And then as far as the Karate, I never told you yet.
Oh yeah, so you know who flew Kara to LA for the 90 Day Bad Boy shoot, and I have an idea of who it was, but I'm just curious.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I don't think it's a big deal if I say, but
Well, it's one of the bad boys, I'm assuming.
no, well, okay, well,
No, it's
uh,
not.
let me just read. Okay, so I went to the horse's mouth, which would be Kara, and I asked her, and this was her response. She said, I asked her like, I basically asked her straight up, like, who paid for the flight to be in the 90 Day Bad Boys video, and then I asked her, was it Josh? That was my guess, and then so this is her, and I didn't really I didn't grill her for like further clarification, so I just kind of accepted her answer. So Kara's answer was the answer to that question of who flew her to California and LA to film the 90 Day Bad Boys video is, quote, my company. It was actually a shoot for another project, and we threw in the Bad Boy shoot the day before since we were going to be together. It made sense to knock that out as well.
Oh, so was it a joint venture between the bad? Like, now I've
I,
questioned.
I think again, I didn't really like grill her as far as what my company means, but I'm assuming Kara has like she probably has like an LLC or something. So I'm assuming her company or LLC, she like billed it to her company as like an expense. I'm assuming, I don't know.
I don't know either because I know she's not signed to a record label.
Mhm.
So it wasn't um a music expense or that type of thing. So yeah, I'm assuming she has some sort of production company
Mhm.
or I don't know. Now I'm curious, what is she doing? She's always doing something.
I don't know. And I know I know she with her OnlyFans, she has like handlers to do that too. So yeah, she's into a lot of shit.
Well, yeah, she's like a jack of all trades. She's always doing something. She's already got a million hats on. She's a real estate agent. She make balloon things. She sings. She does. She's always doing something. So I'm curious to know what company she has that can afford to fly her out to LA for projects and
Mhm.
what's the project she's involved with. I'm very interested in knowing. I mean, Kara's always been a money maker. She's always been able to make money. So it doesn't surprise me. I'm just curious to know what her most recent venture is.
Yeah, I wonder if it was her company that flew her out to Barcelona, Spain right now.
Yeah, that's bougie. That's bougie. Whatever she got going on,
Mhm.
she's definitely thriving,
Yeah.
right? I wonder where's her son? Do you think Guillermo has him? Because I was like, I'm pretty sure you don't bring kids overseas, do you? I mean, you probably can, but I'm pretty sure
I
that's
mean, I think the way she's dressed, like in a hot ass dress, like out on the town, fancy dinners. She ain't bringing no fucking kids for that
yeah.
action.
I'm assuming Nico's with Guillermo and she's out living her best life because I ain't mad. I mean, if she wants to find her a new man, I think she should.
Mhm.
And she's been broken up with Guillermo for like a year. Like I think if she ready to get it on, she should go do it.
True. So, okay, let's go to the next topic, which was this one isn't really like a hot topic. It's more of like a 30-second topic. But Jasmine always posts like photos of herself all sad and crying and tries to get sympathy and manipulates her fan base. So I thought it'd be funny if I took her like sad and crying photo and AI generate a version of it being all smiley and happy and cheerful. So I did just that to troll Jasmine. So did you see my Jasmine smiling picture?
Yeah, with her eyes looking like Sarper eyes.
Yeah, with big teeth and shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Which you're right. Jasmine is a weird person because no matter what situation she's in,
Mhm.
she always wants you to feel bad for her. So
Yeah, and then I just thought it'd be a funny troll. So my caption says, Jasmine posted an emo crying photo to manipulate you all into giving her sympathy. So to combat that mischievous manipulation, here is the reverse. A picture of Jasmine looking hella happy and smiley. So you all can stop kissing her ass because she's actually happy as fuck running all the way to the bank.
this is true.
Yeah.
This is
So
very true.
I thought that was a creative way to, instead of negatively snark her, I thought I was like, let me kill her with positivity and kindness and share a positive photo of her.
Well, yeah. The Sarper eyes were kind of scary though. But
True.
Sarper's eyes really do scare me. They're like very, very disturbing. But yeah, Jasmine is. I like to put it in terms that people can understand. Jasmine's been here for a couple of years and ain't never had a job, guys. Jasmine is not suffering. So if y'all are giving her money, that's on you because she's been here all this time and she ain't never worked a day since she been here. So if y'all are sending her money and feeling bad for her and giving her sympathy donations and buying her wish list stuff, that's on y'all because she's like you said, laughing all the way to the bank. She has everything she's ever needed and never had to have worked one single day since she's been here. So that's on y'all.
True. Okay, let's go to the next topic. This is one of those topics where it could be 30 seconds or it could be 5 minutes, and I'm happy either way. But it's one of those like questions that anyway, do you know who Pat Stickler is?
No, should I?
Not necessarily like so the only reason I didn't know who the fuck it was, and I still probably don't really know who it is, but the only reason I even mentioned that name is because there was this like 90 Day Fiance account, and I posted it on my Instagram as an account that like posted a picture. Well, the caption said, Amani spotted with Michael admits her love for him, but it wasn't a photo of like Amani and Michael. It was a picture of some other lady and some other dude. And I was like, Amani really does have a new face every day. But apparently, did you see that photo on my Instagram?
Yeah, I did. I commented on it. I actually
Yeah. So apparently, though, the woman that is some lady named Kat Stickler, and I think she's one of those. I don't really want to spend too much time on her, because I think she's just one of those, like, not to downplay her if you're a fan of her, but she's one of those like Instagram slash TikTok slash influencer slash YouTuber types who's like a hot chick and probably like a mother or something. Mommy influencer.
Oh yeah, I see. She's YouTube, TikTok, comedic videos. Yeah, I see.
So anyway, she's one of those. So that's who that is. Who I don't know how the fuck she ended up in this like 90 Day Fiance accounts like photo thing, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting, and that's about it. I don't think they really deserve any more free promo, but I was just curious if you knew her.
Weird though, because if you're a 90 Day Fiance fan account or whatever account you want to call it, you should know who the people are from 90 Day Fiance. So the fact that they posted that photo and said it was Michael and Amani when it wasn't, it
I
was.
think it was there, and I don't want to sound insensitive, but it might have been like one of their. Oh, okay. I wasn't gonna say. I'm not gonna say the joke that popped in my head, but let's just say it was one of their overseas interns or something.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I understand. That makes sense. That makes sense.
True. All right, let's keep it moving. So did you, speaking of Liz and Big Ed, did you see the South Park photo I made of them?
I did. I did. I'm a huge South Park
Or
fan.
did you see the new episode?
I did. I saw the new episode. It was actually accidental. I was laying in bed and I was scrolling channels, like legit live TV,
Mhm.
and I saw the episode and it had been on for 10 minutes. So on your cable you can hit restart. And I
Mhm.
accidentally watched it and it was hilarious. Like I've been a huge fan of South Park since the beginning. I think my favorite character
Mhm.
is Michael Jackson
Mhm.
on the show, and he's like, when they're like, Michael, why'd you do this? He's like, that's ignorant. That's so ignorant. Why would you even say that? That's ignorant. Like that's like my like I but this episode is super politically driven, which I think is funny because I don't know how we lived in a world now that we're watching cartoons that are so politically driven. But it was still hilarious because it was everything that we're dealing with in the world right now, but like with a comedic twist. And that's exactly what we need. Because if you don't laugh at the shit going on in the world right now, you might just lose your mind.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Everyone should go watch it. It was a great episode. Um, and yeah, no, it was a great episode because it kind of showed. Because yeah, it's just funny. It made fun of Trump and like how he sues you if you make fun of him, and like, and the funny part is like the White House actually did respond, and they said something along the lines of, "Oh, South Park's not even relevant. It hasn't been relevant for 20 years." Or they're talking. So the White House responded and talked shit back to South Park.
Yeah, that just shows you the state of the world we're in because of all the things going on in our country, they're talking about South Park episodes. Like the White House. Like that just gives you an idea of how intensely fucked we are because instead of them like worrying about all of the issues we have going on in our country, they're watching South Park and commenting on it. I was like, y'all better turn off the damn TV and get to work.
Yeah, there's this. I'm reading this headline that I just pulled up. It says, this is from Variety. It says South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone battled Comedy Central over showing Trump's genitals, refused to blur his penis.
Yeah, the ending scene, I'm not gonna lie, that was like yes, sir. Oh,
Yeah.
it was insane. Like I was very, very shocked at what they showed. I had no warning also. So,
Mhm.
trigger warnings are nice. So when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, what am I watching right now? Can they even air that? And yeah, they went through a huge battle to show that end AI generated scene because the network did not want to do it. And then but it was iconic. Showing that scene was iconic. It was legendary. It's gonna go down in history. So they did what they did. And did you also see that South Park, I think, signed one of the biggest streaming deals ever?
He goes, well, they waited to sign the deal before they dropped that episode, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's just even more funny because he said that the show is irrelevant, but they just signed the biggest streaming deal that has ever existed. So it just shows you how relevant it really is.
True. And yeah, the other funny part is like, so I posted that Liz and Big Ed South Park thing, and somebody asked me like, "Hey, I watched the episode, but I missed They were like, was Big Ed and Liz like on the new episode because I missed it? And I was like, no, that's just a Shabooty creation. That wasn't actually on the episode.
Oh, they thought that a 90 Day Fiance people were gonna make it on South Park. I mean, that would be cool, but to make it on South Park, you gotta be insanely huge.
Oh, you know who they should you know who they should put on South Park? They should put like Huda on South Park.
Now she would be big enough, yeah, and she's so weird and insane. She would make an amazing South Park character because I know you didn't watch the season, but she would base.
They give her a big ass. They could give her a big ass and stuff.
Well, yeah, but there was a guy on the show named Jeremiah, and they met on the show, and she fell in love with him within like a day, and like they would bring in new girls, and then if the girl would introduce herself to him, she would like yell at him and call him names and cuss him out and tell him that he didn't really love her, and they had just met like 15 minutes ago. So she's a lunatic. So she would make an amazing South Park character because the more of a lunatic you are, the better a South Park character you would make. So she would be perfect for it.
She's like the female Cole from Hunt for Love. Then.
Yes, yes, that's the perfect analogy. Exactly. Freaking exactly. Her and Jeremiah were like a married couple within like 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Literally the female version of Cole.
True. All right, so the next topic is this is a weird one, but because I don't really have both sides of the story, I only have one side of the story. But Gino posted some comments, which I reposted on my Instagram today. But I guess a few days ago, well, I think what happened, if you know more of the story, feel free to like jump in. But like from my understanding, he was in Ohio with some with some chick, and then they met some fans, and then the chick that Gino was with, and then the other fans all hung out together, and then it kind of went sideways. And then at some point after the fact, that fan went in Jasmine's DMs and kind of was talking shit about Gino. And then Gino responded, which I posted today, which I could read, but it sounded like I don't know. Do you want me to read you what Gino said today?
Well, yeah, I saw the post and I didn't understand what was going on. But it
Yeah.
could just be
Like I'll admit like my post was kind of like one side. And I know earlier in the week, Jasmine had posted a bunch of shit from the hair DMs talking from the fan talking shit. So I probably should have had that in front of me as well. But whatever. Let me just read you what Gino said. We don't have to really dwell on this, but here's what Gino said. He says, these folks are saying lots of lies. Likely because the guy was accusing me of touching his wife, which I didn't. Now his wife did touch me a few times. The guy really lost his cool that night, from what my friend told me, but he never spoke to me about, and we took separate Ubers back home. Then the guy got if this starts sounding like a Renee rant, let me know. But then the guy got really crazy, yelling and screaming at me the next day, and even ran out towards me. That was basically the end of the friendship we had. The girl I was with is my friend, and she is 28, not 25. As far as the $350 dinner mentioned, my friend nor I even ate dinner that night. I might have had one drink at best. Plus, um, we came late to the dinner. We were probably there for half an hour or less. The girl, my friend I was with, didn't drink anything at the dinner. So they had a $350 tab, which I don't believe they must have been drinking for a long time before we arrived, and they both ate a lot of food as well. Then at the bar, I ended up paying a $150 bill for drinks for all of us. This is a couple we met at the hotel who were fans of the show and invited us to dinner and to go out with them that night. The woman or wife referred to above was telling my friend how she didn't want to be with her husband any longer. FYI, I don't know. I think it's like it's a situation where Gina's a pretty nice guy. They were at a hotel. They met like a 90 Day Fiancé fan at the hotel. Gino was being cordial, and then they decided to all hang out together. They probably got drunk and like just kind of shit got messy. I don't know. I think it's like one of those things where like Gino, if I would give advice to Gino is like, don't necessarily hang out with every single fan you run into. Like, be a little picky. What do
yeah,
you?
it sounds to me like there was like people that were super fans, I guess, and you know, when you like, if like, say for instance, who's your favorite person like in the music industry? Like, who do you listen to?
Um, I don't want to be cliche, but like Drake, I guess.
Okay, so you're in a hotel and you see Drake and he's walking by and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm a big fan. We should go have drinks." And he's like, "All right, cool." No, Drake would never say, "All right, cool." Drake would be like, "Thanks for listening to my music. You have a great night." And he would fist bump you and he would continue walking. That you kind of have to
Well,
have.
I would tell Drake, like, yo, I know you're not a fan, so let's let me tell you about my shtick. But anyway, go ahead, yeah.
Well, yo, he is actually a 98 fan, actually. So that might actually work. But yeah, you can't when you walk by and someone's like, "Oh my God, I watch you on 98 Fiance," you know, you can't just be like, "Oh yeah, you want to hang out?" Like you got to be a little more
Yeah.
protective of your image because like what happened with Gino, he was trying to be nice and hang out with these people and then they went to social media and tried to assassinate his character, you know, and say that he did something he didn't do or they ran up a bill, like whatever it may be.
I think they, and the fact that they went to Jasmine's DMs shows they were ready to fuck over Gina.
Well, yeah, and everybody is not a fan. And I try to explain this to people all the time. I was like, it's a very thin line between a hater and a fan.
Mhm.
Because a fan is obsessed with everything you do, but a hater is also obsessed with everything that you do. They just use the information differently. A fan is just watching because they like you. A hater is watching because they hate you, and they're trying to figure out a way to hurt you. But
Mhm.
you know, on the exterior of things, a hater and a fan can look much alike.
Mhm.
Right? It reminds me of that story. I remember back in 2016, there was that girl. She was on The Voice. She sang really, really, really well. Her name was Christina Grimmie, and she did a
I
show.
I don't agree. Well, good.
Yeah, out here in Orlando. And some dude from Ohio, I'm pretty sure he's from Ohio, he drove out to her show out here in Orlando and he was a fan, right? Like he would DM her all the time. He would go see her at shows. And
Mhm.
she he walks up to the meet and greet to
Mhm.
meet her and she goes to hug him because she recognized him and he shoots her,
Mhm.
right? And kills her. And it's like, but you, a fan and a lunatic, there's not a huge difference in appearance on the exterior. So I definitely want to make sure Gino is aware. Be very, very careful because the demise of you could look like a fan. You know,
Yeah. By the way, that reminds me of this. This was not a topic, but like so we can get into it a little bit, but like there's this like chick, there's this lady, I don't want to say chick, but there's this lady who like is a Liz super fan, and she like goes and sees Liz like once a week at her bar, and she kind of looks like Peggy Bundy. And but she was one of those people that like comment, like obsessively comments. She comments on like all Liz's like Instagram stories, and she would comment on all my Instagram stories. And then but it got a little bit too obsessive. So then I don't really fuck with her no more. Um, and then because and then but and then she even like DM me some crazy shit. Like, you know when somebody like is joking around, but it's not really like funny anymore, where she's like, oh, you know when they're like joking, but they say fucked up shit, even if it's like a joke, it's a little off-putting, where they're like, hey, like, you know, I could hop on a plane and I'll stalk you, and I could be where you live in like in a day if I wanted to, or like that. So she was saying some crazy shit in the DMs like that to me.
you.
Yeah, like she's like a weird chick, and then I had to like unfollow her and restrict her. And then yeah, so she's a little weird. And then she visits Liz like once a week at her job. So I'm not really worried about myself, but I feel like Liz needs to like worry about herself because this person, I know it's like at least it's like a woman and not a man because men are kind of scarier, but she's a little scary because she was saying some weird, very stalkery shit in my DMs.
Well, I'm just gonna say, man or woman, I'm pretty sure we know what Lorena Bobbitt did. Like, it doesn't really matter. I think you should be afraid regardless. But
Yeah, like I'm on the like tempted to block her. I just don't want to make things weird for Liz, you know. But
well, see, that's the thing. When you go on TV, you become famous and people know you, you're a public figure. When you have a job that's like a public job, and then say for instance, you post things about your job on your social media, that can be a security risk.
like a double-edged sword. It's like you want to promote
Right.
place you work and you want to have customers come in and it's good for business, good for tips, good for money. But then the problem is like the stalkery types now know where you work and now they're going to be there every fucking week and they're going to be stalking your social media and they're going to be in person and talking to you nonstop at the
Yeah,
very least.
that's very, and it's scary because you're at work and you have to be at work. And, you know, for someone to know where you are, know your schedule, know where to find you, that can just be scary. Like that story with the Christina Grimmie girl, they knew she was going to be at a concert. She was on tour. They knew exactly where to find her. And they knew after the show that she would do a meet. Like, it's really scary because you don't know who's really just obsessed with you because they like you or obsessed. Oh my gosh. And it also reminds me of Selena,
Mm.
right? Selena's manager or whatever you want to call her super fan is the one that did what she did to her. So it's such a blurred line between super fan and killer. Like it's like a really blurred line. So, this situation with Liz, it hasn't gotten disturbing yet, maybe, but you got to monitor these situations because I'm pretty sure Selena thought that this camp
Yeah.
manager was such a great supporter, such a nice lady, and she ain't. Luckily,
Yeah.
you know,
Like, and then like this lady on Instagram, like it's one of those things where it's like so she follows me and Liz and then I think she was like when it's like you kind of use like two people to kind of garner more of a prominence for yourself, so she'd be like she would go to Liz and say hey I'm a big Shabooty, knowing like Liz likes me, so it's a way to like get in good with Liz, so she would go to Liz and say hey oh, I'm a big Shabooty fan too. Like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's so funny. He's blah, blah. So then Liz now warms up to this lady who's like a fan of me. And then, and then the same lady then takes a photo of Liz and sends it to me. And then that warms me up to her. And I say, oh my God, thank you for sending this photo of you and Liz together. That's great. I'm going to post it on my social media. So now I warm up to her. So she's like kind of using us to like be friends with both of us, but then at the same time, she's like big ass stalker. So it's a very weird situation. But yeah.
yeah, that is weird. And people they do use familiar people to gain your trust. They're like, "Oh, well, you can trust me because I'm friends with this person that you're friends with." And they'll try to build that familiarity. You're like, "Oh, well, they must be cool because they know the same people as me or they talk to the same people as me." That's a tactic that
Yeah.
people use to get close to you and to build trust. And, just be careful. Just because somebody knows the same person as you doesn't mean that they really know the same person as you. They might know of the same person as you, not the same thing as knowing them.
Yeah, I'm officially like I made it very clear like I'm no longer vouching for that person and I'm not co-signing them and they're annoying as fuck. So anyway, let the record state that.
The record is very clear. It is clear on that. So, yeah, I think Gino definitely be more careful and mindful of who you let close to you and around you. It's one thing if someone says, "Hey, I like you on the show. Can we take a selfie?" It's another thing to invite them to dinner, and give them the opportunity to say negative things about you. Because we don't know what really happened, but I don't think Gino was anywhere touching anybody's wife. Right? That doesn't even sound like him. He didn't even touch his own wife. So like
Mm.
it doesn't even sound like him. So like that it sucks that he was in that situation where somebody's allowed to say something like that about him when we know it's not true.
Yeah, and then there was the part of that's the caption of Gino's post where he said like the following day the husband like charged at him at the hotel like in an aggressive manner. Like seems like he was definitely dealing with some assholes. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why you take the selfie and you go about your day, right? Like don't put yourself in any weird situation. And I mean technically you don't even have to take the selfie. You're not in you don't owe anyone anything, but that's the extent it should be. Thank you, thanks for the support, take a pic and then go about your business. Like you got to be careful cuz fans are great to have, but when it turns into an obsession, it's scary.
Yeah, honestly though, yeah. And if I was like a reality star and I had my pick of the litter as far as who to hang out with, I don't know if I would want to hang out with like I don't know if I would want to hang out with like a married couple, like a woman and a man. Like I would hang out with some, just women, yeah, but I ain't trying to hang out with the woman's husband too. Fuck all that shit.
I mean, if I was single, and I don't know if I would hang out with a couple because
Yeah.
it's weird.
Mhm.
Like I've had friend groups where there was like single people mixed in with couples and we would all hang out.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know if I would just hang out with a man and his wife and me.
Mhm.
It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an odd, but I think Gino said that he brought a female friend with him.
Yeah. He had his 28-year-old female friend with
So it wasn't like he was just hanging out with a married couple. He did bring a female friend with him, so it made it a little, easier, you know,
him.
for that situation. But it still went left. Situations can go left so fast, y'all. Like things can be totally fine, and then you blink your eye, and things have taken a damaging turn. So yes, just be careful.
Yeah, because especially in the 90-day world, everyone's all about like clout. Let me spill all this tea on Gino and see it like spread like wildfire on all the blog pages and get a rise out of everyone. So yeah, it's a very there's a lot of murky waters out there. Watch where you step.
Yeah, there's people want their 15 minutes of fame, and if they have to use
Mhm.
throwing somebody under the bus to get there. Like if a woman is in your DMs or a guy is in your DMs and you're on a TV show, they're probably trying to get you to say something so they can screenshot it. That's usually what happens, right? Like they usually are in your DMs and they're trying to get you to say something that they can screenshot and send to a blogger. Right?
Mhm.
Because that's clout for them. They can get some clout by making you look bad because they're the ones that got this person to cheat on their husband or cheat on their wife or say something offensive to them so they can get that 15 minutes of fame. People are looking for their 15 minutes in any way possible, and if you can't get on TV, the next best thing is to cling on to somebody who is on TV and try to get their clout transferred to you.
Mhm. By the way, guess what time it is?
Oh, are we at strip club review time already?
Yeah, well, it is 1:15 a.m.
Oh shit, it's late. That was fast. That was fast. So yeah, that was a good topic train tonight. I felt like it flowed really well.
Mhm.
Um
It was very eclectic.
yeah, we missed Gina tonight. Gina's out living her best life, but I feel like it went well. It was very flowy and I didn't even realize that we were done with the topics. Everything it flowed really good. So and
Yeah,
also it wasn't a super crazy week. So wait, I want to say this. It was an insane week for celebrity deaths, but it was not a crazy week for 90 Day Fiance drama. So yeah, it was enough emotional distress for me this week as it is, but the 90-day drama was at a minimal, at least.
true. Yeah, it was yeah, that's why like before we started the show, I did like a flurry of three new Instagram posts because like it was not much was going on, but then at the same time I dropped the ball on posting a couple things. So I had to spice up my Instagram feed to spice up the podcast.
Well, if you want the exclusive tea, you know where to find it. You got to come here to get it. And, this week, like I said, this week was a crazy week, but it was more so, the celebrity deaths that were just rocking the world. We couldn't blink without something else crazy happening. Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Hulk Hogan, Chuck Mangione. There's one other person. It's been a crazy week. So rest in peace to these incredible, legendary people that have done so much for this generation.
Mm,
And I know some people disagree about some people and their personal lives and recordings and audio or whatever, but still, they did leave a mark in certain industries. So rest in peace to all those people.
true. Okay, so the strip club that we're gonna review tonight is a place called Renee's gonna love this. The strip club we're gonna read one-star reviews for is called Chicken Bones.
What? Where is this? What state?
This is in Waynesville, Missouri. Or MO is Missouri, right?
Yes,
Yeah, Waynesville, Missouri.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's Missouri because MI is like Michigan, so it's Missouri. Waynesville, Missouri, a place called Chicken Bones. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Chicken bones. I'm assuming they have chicken wings, but I'm just making an assumption.
I hope so. Okay, one star, one sentence review from Tomas. It says, if I wanted attitude, I would have stayed home.
That's it?
Yeah. Okay. Here's a one-star review.
Damn.
Here's a one-star review from Pamela. It says, okay, this says, why do you keep all these fat girls? Back when I danced, you would have been laughed at for for this show. One star.
Not the F word.
No, oh, you like fat?
Yeah, not the F word. Fat girl. I didn't know we could still say that.
Oh, no. Well, okay, speaking of the F word, here's a review from Tim. It says, life on a treadmill, not much fun, just a grind. That wasn't really that good of a review. Here's a one-star review from JJ. It says, unfortunately, I've been stationed in Hawaii, Cali, and Florida where the girls are hot. All I can say for these girls is I was surprised they had all their teeth. Show me. They showed me all right food, one star.
Oh, so the food is only all right at a place called Chicken Bones. I would assume that their wings were popping just based on the name, but I guess not.
True. There's a lot of okay, this is a one sentence review, one star. It says, where did all that talent go? One star. This one is from Sydney, one star review. This is a little longer. It says, I visited it on 9/22, and in the space of half an hour, I experienced the following. A dancer asked me if I could find her a line. A restroom so dirty that I slipped and puke as soon as I entered in a fight in the parking lot. I won't be back. I won't be back. One star.
Oh, so the dancer asked where she could get a line.
Line of Coke, and then the restroom had like puke on the floor that was very slippery. And then in the parking lot, there's a fight going on.
Oh, okay. It definitely sounds like a place that I wouldn't go to. So yeah, I'm not a fan of parking lot fights or vomit on the floor that I fall into. So yeah, it definitely sounds like a place I don't want to go.
Sure, here's a one-star review from KC. It says, way overpriced for what they offer. I guess they have a captive audience with the fort so close. So I guess it's close to like a military base.
Oh, that makes sense. Because okay, all right, I got it. I got it.
Okay, here's a one-star review from Kevin. It says, where is the customer service? I felt ignored even after tipping $5 bills at the stage on less than attractive dancers, one star.
Where's customer service? I don't know. I don't think of customer service when I think of a strip club. That's funny.
I already there. Okay, here's a one-star review from Robbie. It says, hire some pretty girls and your club might not be empty. One star. Here's a one-star review from Randy. It says,
What does that mean?
say what?
What does that mean? They might not be empty. What does that mean? Are they pregnant?
No, it says, hire some pretty girls and your club might not be empty. The club is empty because the girls.
Oh, higher. I thought you said I heard the pretty girls in the club might not be empty. You said okay, never mind. I got it.
Right. Okay, here's the one story from Randy. It says, the girls here are nasty. I got pulled on stage and the girl put everything in my face, and the smell of BO made me about to hurl on her. Sorry, guys, but no thanks. One star.
Oh, this is funny because didn't last week we talk about vagina deodorant?
Yeah, vagina deodorant.
Yeah, apparently they have not gotten to that in this strip club in Missouri because we literally had this conversation last week and Captain was like, "Yeah, you got to put that vagina deodorant on if you're gonna be putting it in people's face."
Yeah, you got to get your Lumi on. I think that's a brand.
Yeah, you got to get that Lumi all up in the crevices, so when you're putting it out there in somebody's face, they're not getting nothing but potpourri.
Yeah, when it comes like BBL, the L in BBL is for Lumi. So yeah, hide that BBL stink smell with that Lumi. Anyway, here's a one-star review from James, or a two-star review, my apologies. It says, a group of us came here to hang out and have a few drinks. My friend ordered a burger and he immediately threw up outside. So I'm not sure I would order food here. The bar top was a bit dirty. Some of the bartenders have bitchy attitude and was unprofessional. Most of the waitresses are very nice and friendly. They're fast with their service for the most part. One thing I hate is how bad this place is filled with cigarette cloud. It's so strong, even my shoes smelled like cigarettes the next day. It would be nice if they can add an air vent or something, 2 stars.
Damn.
So the food will make you puke allegedly.
Okay, so the food is a no-go. I mean, a place called Chicken Bones, I just assumed I was gonna get some amazing chicken, but I'm assuming
Maybe because he ordered a burger at Chicken Bones, he should have ordered the wings, I guess.
or yeah, because I was like, am I getting good wings or salmonella? Like what's on the menu?
True. Okay, here's a one-star review from Trevor. It says, "Great club for poor blowjobs, 1 star."
What's a poor blowjob? Like how does that?
A bad blowjob. It's a great place for a bad blowjob.
Oh, but who wants a bad one? Like that's weird. I guess if you only have $5 and you need one, I guess that's in your budget, I guess.
So here's a one-star review from John. It says, "If I ever decided to go back to that giant trailer park, maybe some of the girls will have been able to get some dental work done. They make enough off those terrible dances, 1 star."
Oh, wow.
Youch. Anyway, here's a 3-star review from Slick Trickster. Slick says the club is kept alive only because of the local military base. While there while there were quite a few more locals at this establishment than its closest competitor, there should not be a cover charge for the military. A nice bang for your buck, 3 stars.
Oh. So the military base is keeping the strip club afloat because I guess when you're away from women for so long, any boobs are good boobs, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Here's a 1-star review from Iowa. It says the girls refused to get naked because the customers were not tipping well enough, and the management seemed to feel that was the way things should work, even after I paid a stupid high cover. You can keep this place, 1 star.
Oh, so they were punishing the crowd and saying you have to tip more to get the clothes off. Huh. I mean, I get it. They're dancing for tips, but you can't like withhold breasts for tips. Like, and also, I wonder how much the cover is because they keep saying the cover is high. And I remember the one strip club we were talking about where they made you buy a year membership
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. So I'm like, I wonder if it was some ridiculous cover.
True. All right, this is a 1-star review from Cops. It says the place is about ready to be raided. Advice: stay out and end up. Or oh, wait, let me read it again. The place is about to be ready to be raided. Advice: stay out or end up in the paper. 1 star.
Oh, shit. Okay, so there's some illegal shit going on there.
All right, here's a 1-star review from Mike. It says, when you're the only game in town, apparently you can be satisfied with mediocre. Big Louie's is the best mediocre I've seen in a long time. 1 star. Oh, and I think that was our last review. Damn, I kind of miss Triple X Beast's eloquence.
Not everybody can compose a Shakespearean strip club review. It's not a gift that everybody has. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are still funny, but he knows how to make a strip club review feel like you're reading some sort of Bible, right? Like it has some sort of significance and it's special. And everybody doesn't have that. I wish he wouldn't have retired
Mhm.
from strip clubs because I want something more recent from him. But I know, I guess he's living a more tame life. He's not doing that anymore. It just sucks that the legends have to retire at some point.
True. So, yeah, we pretty much hit all the bases. Sorry, we started a little late. I had a really long work week that was very stressful. So, that is a retardant. I'm not saying the R word, it's retardant to like creative flow work. So, yeah, we started a little late.
Yeah, a little late this week, but better late than never. I think Lana's here. Should we check in with Lana tonight or how are you feeling about that?
It's up to you. If we can keep it to like 5 minutes, sure.
Yeah, let's check in with Lana real quick.
Let's
And
see if, let's just see if she has any like neighborhood news. That's what I'm interested in.
yeah, I definitely want to ask her what's going on in the Cali news in the area in the neighborhood.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, Lana, assuming you're available, you have the mic.
Hey guys,
Hey, Lana.
Oh, how are you?
buzzed.
Mhm.
Oh, that's the best way to be on a Friday night.
It's
What?
my birthday.
Oh, it
Your
is.
birthday! Get the hell out! Happy birthday, Lana!
Well, thank you.
Should've
What
talked
I,
about-
I have an hour and a half left. So for you guys, I think it's already over.
It's
Oh, it was today.
Yep.
So walk me through what Lana did for her birthday this year.
Well, the first thing I did this morning is the kids took me out to breakfast. So we had a nice, good breakfast at Huckleberry's. It was really good. I had biscuits and gravy. Yummy. Oh, it was so good. And then we came home, just chilled at the house, had some wine and stuff, and then we played some Yahtzee and some board games that we like. And after that, we went and had dinner at Red Lobster, which I love.
Oh,
And so after Red Lobster, we came back home, stayed here for about an hour, and everybody left. But man, did my kids hook me up. By the time I was done opening cards and doing everything, I had like $500.
Did you get the seafood boil at Red Lobster?
No, but I wanted to, but my son did a review on it and it said that people didn't like it.
Mm.
wait, so you didn't try it yourself?
No, I didn't. Because when Michael said, "Oh, mom," I looked at the reviews on it. A lot of people said it's not good and that it's missing a lot of things. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to get that. If I'm going to come and have my meal, I want it to be good, damn it.
Yeah, there may be one of those things where it's like it's more of like a social media viral thing versus like actual good shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because my son said the reviews weren't good. So I was like, all right, I'll just leave that alone.
True.
Well, I'm happy to hear you had a good birthday. And $500, you made out like a bandit.
Man, did I make out. I just kept opening and $100 bill here, $100 bill there. I was like, damn.
Well, shit. I mean, I'd love to hear that. So,
Yeah, heck yeah. Oh, I loved it. And then they gave me beautiful cards. And then my daughter did a video of her playing Happy Birthday for me on the piano. And that made me cry because I didn't even know her ass knew how to play.
oh, she keeping secrets now?
Yeah, she said she's been taking lessons.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
And so she played it and she played it so beautifully. It just teared me up. And she's like, "Mom, why are you crying?" I was like, "I don't know."
You can't control the emotion sometimes.
You can't, because it's just that little thing that she did for me, learning how to play that for me for my birthday. That to me was huge.
That is huge.
That's very sweet.
I know.
It really was. It was so sweet. And I was just like, well, a matter of fact, I think I put it on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did.
Oh, I'm gonna go look.
But I was just like, wow, it just touched me, you know? So overall, I had a great birthday. Now I'm just sitting here having some wine, chilling with my cat, Lucy girl.
You should have told us it was your birthday. We would have like shouted you out and tweeted about it and all that shit.
Well, you guys had good shit to talk about, so I was listening. I was like, I'll have a chance to talk to him at the end and tell him it's my birthday, you know?
What was the most interesting topic tonight, do you think?
Let's see. You know what had me most interested? And I don't know why, but it was Annie being with Ray at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait a minute. You know?
Just for
number one, how did she get over here? Can you come over to go take your children to Disneyland or something from another country?
I think she's on I think she has a tourist visa as a T that I heard.
Oh, okay.
But I will say, like, when I posted that, Annie DM me, she's like, where the fuck, how did you get that photo? So she wasn't really like that wasn't like something she wanted necessarily out there. So she's very curious how I got that photo. So yeah, that was like,
wow, maybe Amani doesn't know she's here.
I think Amani's solid, but either way, I think Annie didn't necessarily want it out there.
Wow, what'd be funny is if she ends up marrying Ray for her green card instead of the couple.
Oh, well, that would be more real than that fake ass throuble.
Yep, sure as hell would.
True. So by the way, Lana, so has anything crazy happened in your neighborhood lately?
Nothing. I swear it's been so calm and cool here. I'm like, damn.
And has anything crazy happened like in the Airbnb world?
Nothing so far. Everything's been pretty good. There was only one lady that complained. I guess the when she went in there, the guests were hiding. There was a fucking dude hiding in the closet.
Wait, wait. So wait, she went into the Airbnb and there was somebody hiding in the closet.
Yeah, she went in there to clean it. She was a cleaner. And she went in there to clean it. The guests were supposed to have left at 10 a.m. that morning. And when she got there was no cars or anything there, So we always knock first before we enter any of the units. We knock first, let them know who we are and stuff. If there's no answer, then we use the code and we go in. Well, that's what she did. She used the code and went in. She said she set her cleaning bucket down, her bags and everything. She said she just walked through the kitchen a little bit, looked through the living room. But when she went into the bedroom, the closet doors were closed. So, usually we like to leave everything opened up. So a cleaner, when she walks in there, she doesn't get a surprise like that, And sure enough, when she went to open that closet door, there was a damn dude in there.
Like, was
Wait,
it or
was it one of the people that was there from that night before, or was it?
Yes.
like
Yes.
were they
I guess
out?
whoever he was there with must have already left. And
why
so
would
maybe
he-
when he heard her knocking and heard her coming in, he got scared and went in the closet. I don't know.
But it was like was he high? Was he naked? Was it weird? What was going on?
No, he wasn't naked. Well, she said he didn't have a shirt on, but she said he wasn't naked. But she said when she opened the closet, he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I was supposed to be gone already." And she said she got so fucking scared, she just turned around and ran the fuck out of there.
This was a grown ass man that was
Grown ass man hiding in the closet.
crazy. So
that's so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
So she
That's why sometimes those places, when you walk into them, you kind of want to leave the door open, front and back, until you do a good walkthrough of that place, because you don't know. People are crazy now.
Well, I think when people know that a place is an Airbnb, I always wonder if people, because they know that it's not being manned like by like
Right.
I wonder if there's ever like just random people that break in and sleep there. Because
I wouldn't be surprised. I have brought this up so many times. I've been with them almost 5 years, and I have brought this up so many fucking times that every time a guest leaves, that code needs to be changed on that door.
It's not. Wait, it's not.
No,
So the code is the same.
the code is the same over and over and over again. And the only time they'll change it is if there's been a problem there. Like maybe the cops were called or something happened there and the guests were that bad. Then they'll change it. But I told them that code needs to be changed every single time a guest checks out of there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yes.
Crazy. So somebody could come
A
back
past guest can remember it and go in there.
at any time and just enter the Airbnb. That's crazy.
Yes. And I told Melanie, I told my manager, I go, Mel, that's scary. I go, and that's dangerous for these people to be staying in these places when these codes aren't being changed.
I was under the impression that they changed for every guest. I didn't know.
No, not us. We don't. I know they sure as hell should.
That's why I stay at a 4-star hotel, at least not no Airbnb shit.
Exactly. Exactly. Skim your card right through that door and you're good to go.
Well, yeah, and then once you check out or your reservation expires, your key card stops working.
Yes.
So you can't get back in. But that's scary. So she opens the closet door and somebody, because I was like, did he jump out at her? Because
She said that when she opened the door, he made it seem like she startled him. And she said, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I know I was supposed to be gone, but I heard you coming in and it scared me.
I mean, was he an imposing guy, or was he like a timid guy, or scary, or what?
He said that just when she seen him, she said he looked like he had maybe just got out of bed. His hair was wild, and so she said he scared the shit out of her.
Yeah, that would scare well, Lon, I hope for your birthday you either got like pepper spray or a stun gun.
Shit, I carry a stun gun in my bag. I carry pepper spray in my bag. I carry a damn what's that? A box cutter. I carry a box cutter. I mean, I'm a crazy bitch.
Mhm.
I'm gonna blind you or kick you or I'm gonna cut you if you fuck with me.
If I had your job, I would be crazy too.
Yes, I'm always prepared now because you guys know I've told you stories where I've walked in on guests screwing and everything. You know.
You witness more bodily fluids in your job than probably your whole life up until.
Yeah, then I've seen in the last 3 years since my husband's almost been gone in the last 2 years, I should say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen more things in the Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Well, that's scary. I mean, hiding in the closet is scary shit, right?
That's scary as hell. She said she just ran out to her car, got in her car, started it, went down the street, and then called my manager.
So,
And then what did they do? Instead of them saying, okay, let's get an officer over there, see why this guy's in there or doing whatever. No, you know what they do? They call the fucking maintenance guy.
what was the maintenance guy gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know if they think because Jimmy's Mexican, he's going to be tough and go over there and tell him to get the fuck out. But they
I would call
next
the-
thing you know, she gets a message saying, "Okay, Jimmy's on his way." What the fuck is Jimmy gonna do?
So what happened? So they got the maintenance guy. He went over there, and then what happened after the maintenance guy got there?
I don't know. I didn't see anything else posted on there, so I'm not sure. I don't know if Jimmy spoke to the guy or if the guy was already gone by the time Jimmy got there. I'm assuming the guy got the fuck out that back door because when she ran out that front, he was probably like, "Oh, cops are on their way."
Mm.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
the next time we talk to Jimmy, get us an update.
I will. I see Jimmy often too, so I've got to ask him how that ended up. Because he's a very cool guy, the maintenance guy. He doesn't give a fuck about that company. He charges them $65 just to come out and tighten up a faucet or something. He don't give a shit.
Mhm.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a cool guy though. But I'll talk to him and I'll definitely get the end for you guys.
Yeah, let us know if they had to call the cops or if he was gone or what, because that's scary. It's weird
Yeah.
because the women, y'all, it's women that they have doing this job, and I feel like that's really scary for a woman to walk into a house and not know what she's walking into.
That's right.
Like that's a really scary thing for a woman to do because it's hard enough being a woman just in the world, right?
Yes.
Scary to
Some
even-
of them bring their boyfriends with them and their husbands or their kids.
That's
Some bring their kids.
I mean,
You
it's
know?
smart because I've seen DoorDash drivers, like it'll be a woman and she'll have her boyfriend or somebody with her. Like that's smart.
Right.
You're going to random people's house, bring somebody with you. So if something
Yes.
you there's a witness, like that's smart. So I think that it's not wrong or stupid to bring somebody just to make sure that you're okay.
That's right. And some of those girls that do that, I'm proud of them. I'm like, that's how you do it. You know, some of them are like, hey, I even got my husband to pick up a vacuum today. I even got my husband to do this today. You know, I'm like, you get it, girl.
I mean, you can clean more places quicker if y'all all help,
Yes,
More.
that's right. That's right. And see, if that girl would have had her man or boyfriend with her or girlfriend or whoever it may be, she wouldn't have had to run out of there screaming. She would have had someone there to protect her.
Well, yeah, somebody probably would have got punched in the face.
That's right. Especially if she was with a man. He
Yeah,
probably would have said, get your fucking pervert ass the fuck out of here.
right, like, what are you doing hiding in the closet waiting for the cleaning lady to come in? That's creepy. That's so
Yeah, that's scary. Because to me, I'm thinking, what if she wouldn't have opened that closet door? And what if she would have been cleaning and he came at her from behind? Nobody would know. The doors are closed already.
Well, yeah. Who would have found her? Like,
Right.
it's crazy. It's wild, and I know that they can't have cameras in the house because that's the
Nope.
privacy thing. So you would never know you were walking into anything because you don't know until you get in there.
Well, that's the worst part is because every one of them do have cameras on the outside. But the thing is they don't monitor the son of a bitches. They don't monitor them at all unless there's a problem. So
Right.
basically, they could have told her, hey, we seen 4 people go in there and only 3 come out. So we're gonna send Jimmy over, to open the door and make sure everything's cool. I mean, they're not. Why do you have these cameras if you're not monitoring them?
Well, yeah, cameras are useless if you're not using them properly.
That's right.
They really are. It's because it's like, oh, we have cameras and that's a precaution. I'm like, yeah, but if you're not using them, monitoring them, and they're not recording,
Exactly.
they're just a box of wires, right? Like it's doing nothing for you.
Yeah. Melanie told me my lead manager, she told me, she was like, I'm not going to lie to you, Lana. She goes, we don't check those damn cameras. She goes, only time we check them is if there's a problem there. Like if a neighbor complained about a loud party and cops were called or something like that, then they monitor the camera, and they only do it because then they can charge that guest whoever used their credit card.
Oh yeah, because if you get a noise ticket or whatever,
Yes.
you can charge them that fee.
Yep. And they can charge them for the party, for all the people coming in and out. I mean, that's how they get their money, you know?
True. Well, again, happy birthday, Lonnie. I'll try to do like a happy birthday tweet to you after the show ends.
Oh, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Happy birthday. I'm glad you had a great birthday. I'm glad that we got to talk to you on your birthday.
Yes, me too. Me too. And I'm glad I got to listen to the podcast. Everybody was gone. House was quiet. I was already done with my shower. Perfect timing.
True. Yeah. Thank you for always being our #1 supporter.
That's right. I'm always going to be here. I'm with Shabooty and George and Captain and all of you guys forever.
True.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you guys. And I appreciate you. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night.
True. Yeah. Well, it's 1:45, so we should probably end it.
Yeah, it's really late, guys. Thanks for listening with us live. And if you're listening to the playback, thank you as well for listening. We love you guys. And this Sunday we'll be back for Happily Ever After and then Hunt for Love. And we might be starting to talk about the 90 Day Fiancé UK soon. I'm trying to get Shabooty to watch. There's only like 3 or 4 episodes, so it's not going to be hard for us all to catch up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but I wouldn't mind.
It's on streaming. I think there's like 3 episodes. I think it'll be 4 on Sunday. And it's actually really good. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. So when y'all get caught up, I want to talk about it with y'all.
Do you know where it's streaming on?
I think Discovery Plus and Max.
Oh, okay. Cool. I got both of those. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got to watch the season.
Yeah, when we're all caught up, I want to talk about it because there's one couple in particular that I'm obsessed with. So I want to talk about it with y'all.
All right, cool.
I'm assuming, is it like an older woman and a younger guy?
It is. It is. You know,
I've heard
you already know, and I'm obsessed because it's very similar to another dynamic on the show. So, once y'all get caught up, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Sure, yeah, I've heard rumblings, but yeah, I haven't watched it, so I need to watch so we can talk about it. And yeah, and I guess I said, and thank you everyone for listening. And let me just do my outro, which is thank you everybody listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a
Friday.
Anna's birthday.
Yay!
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, everybody.